Yes guys, welcome back to TGS F1 and today we are doing episode 2 of the F1 draft. Now if you've come here from another channel, it's your first time here, I would definitely recommend going back and watching episode 1 where I outline all the rules from the series, and I was joined by Tomo F1, Moto Meerkat and Mr. Aiden F1, and today for episode 2 I've got another absolutely stellar lineup of guests for you. I've got Dan from F1E Reviews, I've got Aldas, and I've got Will from the FP1 podcast. Gents, welcome to the channel. How you doing?
Decent. Good. I'm ready for this. We were talking like just before the video started. Like all of us have got our little notes down. We know exactly what we're doing. So this should be pretty spicy.
It definitely seems like you boys are a bit more prepared than my last set of guests, which was a bit of pandemonium. I can already sense the competitivity within this group, so I'm excited to get going. The order that we came out with for round 1 is Will, Aldas, myself, and then Dan. And then for round 2, the picks will snake back and forth for the 4 rounds. And today what we're doing is 2020 teams, drivers, and team principal picks. And basically what we're going to come away with each is our best team from the 2020 grid, but with a bit of a catch. If you choose a driver or a team principal or a car from one of the teams, you then can't have any other item from that team. So if Will, for example, says he's having Lewis Hamilton, he can't have Toto Wolff, he can't have Bottas, and he can't have Mercedes for the rest of the draft. Gents, does that make sense?
All good?
Yes.
All good. Okie dokie. Well, Will, you are the lucky or unlucky one even. We'll find out as we go with the first pick. Will, what you going for, who you going for, and why?
I mean, I've got to make this first pick count. I think, big moment here. So I've gone for Haas. No, I'm joking. I've gone for Mercedes.
That was Dan's pick.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Got me
I'm not
worried.
going to take Haas and Grosjean away from you, mate. To be fair, I don't think anyone is. But you can have fun with those later on. But I think, do I need to explain Mercedes? I mean, obviously we're coming off the back of them winning their 7th championship in a row. It's just incredible what they've done through several regulation changes as well. 2017, 2019, they're still the team to beat. And I'll be honest, after 2022, I don't see that changing either. So for me, Mercedes, hands down. What more can you say, really?
Big, strong, fair play, mate. Yeah, I think that was a pretty solid one. That does mean there's a certain world champion up for grabs then, but we'll see what happens. Aldas, pick 2. Where you going, mate?
Well, listen. I mean, it was a pretty tricky one with this first pick. It was between 2 drivers. Nicholas Latifi just missed out on it for me, but there's a certain brand new 7-time world champion, Lewis Hamilton. I mean, I just can't leave him on the table. He's the GOAT in my opinion, and I mean, surely with him, I'm gonna be pretty golden at the moment. So yeah, I mean, Lewis Hamilton. No explanation needed. The absolute GOAT. So yeah, that's my number 1 pick.
Fair play. I'm not going to lie, both your picks have absolutely thrown me off because I was coming in with a really solid... I had a plan and it's gone out the window now because I'm debating now...
Here we go, the excuses.
Well,
yeah?
I'm debating.
Bring him on.
Do I take Toto now as a solid team principal and he's there, or my initial plan was to mix up the sort of driver grid thinking, I don't want Renault, I don't want Cyril, so do I take Danny Rick? But Max Verstappen's still there, so... I am going to go with Max Verstappen. First pick, I'm taking Max Verstappen. I'm putting myself on there. Future world champion. He might have to jump from Red Bull if he's going to win that world championship, but probably the next best driver on the grid, to be honest. And I feel like if I don't take a top 3 driver right now, I could be in trouble. So my strategy's out the window. I'm taking Max Verstappen. There you go. Dan, over to you, buddy.
Right. I'm the opposite to you. This is played out exactly as expected. I knew these were going to be the top 3, so this is going well. There's no denying I would have happily taken any of your 3. You're all doing well so far, but I've got 2 picks here, right?
You do, so yes, so there's good point actually. So as we end round 1, we go into round 2, but it snakes back, so it is a double pick for you, Dan.
Lovely. Right.
Back to back.
I'm gonna start it off by taking that Red Bull car. Easily the second best this year. The only one anywhere near challenging Mercedes. That's in the bag. We're taking that one. Driver wise, there's still some crackers left. I think I'm gonna have to go Charles Leclerc. I don't think there's anything else from that Ferrari team I want to be anywhere close to in this video, especially not Binotto. So, yeah, Red Bull and Leclerc, I think that's a solid starting point.
Yeah, that is a solid one. That is a good 1-2 straight off the bat. So already off the table, we're through the first sort of 5 picks. Red Bull gone, Charles Leclerc gone, Max Verstappen gone, Lewis Hamilton gone, and Mercedes have gone. It's back to me now. I know it sounds like I'm coming up with excuses, I know it does, but I'm shook. I've been absolutely shook. I don't know where I go next. I've got a solid driver. I feel like maybe I should go with a car next. The Mercedes is gone, the Red Bull's gone. I'm gonna take McLaren. I'm gonna stick with my boys. I'm gonna go for the McLaren. I'm gonna get that bagged in. I've got Max Verstappen driving a McLaren for our first 2 picks. I can be pretty happy with that. So I'm locking in the Woking outfit and my boys. McLaren pick number 2. Which means
It's a good pick.
we are back to you, Aldas. You've got the world champion. Is he going to be... Who's coming in next? Is the car coming in next? Is someone to manage him, or you're putting a driver next to him?
Well, listen, Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes, it's a pretty dominant combination now. Obviously, I can't take the 2020 Mercedes, so I'm just going to go with the next best thing. I'm going to go with the car that Lewis Hamilton won his 2019 championship, and I'm going to go with the 2020 Racing Point. I mean,
Smart.
it's a proven combination. Like, how many wins did he get last year in that car? Like 11 or something, dominated. I don't know, guys. It's a proven combination. That's the thing. We know that those two gel. So yeah, I'm going to go with Racing Point as my car. And I mean, Lewis already knows all the buttons. He knows the car. It's already sorted, guys. I mean, yeah. Racing Point, that's my choice.
Spot on. That is some clever thinking. That didn't even cross my mind to bring those two together. So that is pretty wild. So we've already got, it looks like each of us so far has gone for a car driver combo. Will, you haven't got a driver yet. You haven't got a team principal yet. Are you putting someone in the car? Who are you taking?
To be honest, just listening to your team choice, I'm surprised Ferrari's not been picked. You know, I can't think of why no one would want to pick them at the moment. But I've got to put a driver in now, I think. And to be fair, I feel quite fortunate that I've still got this on the table. But I'm surprised no one's taken Danny Rick yet. I think he's in the form of his life. 2 podiums in a Renault. He's being managed by Cyril the Pitbull, and he's got on the podium. That is something. You know, that is not being shouted about enough. And really, I think that's going to only just get better and better and better when he moves to McLaren next year. And I know by saying that, I've completely jinxed it now, and he's going to have the worst season of his life. But I'm snapping up Ricciardo. I'm taking it.
Oh, mate. That is a solid one.
That's a great pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a really good pick. And that concludes round 2. It will come back to you, Will, but we've had 2 picks each now. We're already sort of halfway through. Danny Rick, I think, is a good one. That was what was throwing me first time, because I was thinking I don't really want Renault and I don't really want Cyril. So the next best thing from Renault is Danny Rick. But it's shaping up quite nicely already. And it comes back round. I think it's a double dip for you, Will. It's you again.
It is.
Unless I've got that wrong.
And-
Pick 9, Will.
And
Yes.
this is where things get tough for me, because obviously Toto's still on the table. No one's taken Toto yet, but I can't because I've got Mercedes. So, I think then I can kind of leave. I can leave the team principal alone a little bit, which means I can fill my second driver slot now. I'm trying to think who is still on the grid. You still got some young guns. You got Lando Norris that's on there. You got George Russell that's on there. You've got Romain Grosjean that's still on there. Sorry, Dan, I'm not going to take him. Who could we go for? This is the one where I'm really torn. But I think I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to go for Sebastian Vettel. You know what? Yeah, the shocks. I can see the shock on Aldous' face on that one. And let me just justify it before I lose every single subscriber that I've gained over lockdown. I genuinely think he is going to come back next year. And I think, last time me and Ollie were on a podcast, I tipped Vettel for the 2020 World Championship. And that didn't go.
No, to be fair, a lot of people did. I mean, who saw that coming with Ferrari?
Yeah, it didn't go well. And Ferrari decided to stop cheating this year. But really, I think he's moving to Aston Martin. He's got a team that actually want him there. Let's be honest. And I feel like I read it somewhere as well. The way Aston Martin designed their car, or the way Mercedes have designed their car, have kind of moved towards the back end aerodynamics wise, which is what Vettel always liked in his years of dominance, 2010 to 2013. And I don't know. I've just got a feeling that he's going to come back next year, and really surprised a lot of people. So I'm going to put Seb in my second seat.
You've also plonked a German in a German car as well, which will go down well with the, that marketing. You got some solid marketing coming in from that, I think. So fair play, mate. Yeah. Epic. So that means we're coming back to Aldas. I feel like, even though there's so many drivers, the grid feels like it's thinning out already. You've got Lewis Hamilton in the Racing Point so far. Pick 3. Where you going and why?
Well, this is where it gets a little bit tricky because I'd have loved to have Toto Wolff right now. I would have picked him. He would have been, this would have been over, 10 seconds ago. But I've got Lewis Hamilton, of course. I'm torn. There is a lot of great drivers and it is going thin, but I feel like my guy is still going to stay on there. So I've got to go with the team principle, And at the end of the day, I need someone solid. I need someone calm. I need someone who's just come in and done the job. And that is Andrea Seidl. I feel like he's level-headed. He's got experience. He's won both not in Formula 1 yet, but he's won, obviously, in other forms of motorsport as well. Yeah, he just creates a great dynamic. Everything that he's done at McLaren, I've been a big fan of. And he just seems like a really chilled guy as well. So, Andrea Seidl, you are going to be managing Lewis Hamilton at the Racing Point team, or Aston Martin, whatever it is. So, yeah, Andrea Seidl, he's going in. He's my guy.
Solid pick. I think you're right. I think you look at that sort of upward trajectory that McLaren have been on since him and Zach Brown have come in, and yeah, it's a pretty stellar, calm combination. I always look at that McLaren garage and see the opposite of the Haas garage. No offense, Dan, but you've got that sort of chilled, calm, positive energy, and then you look at what goes on at Haas, and you're just like, oh my goodness. But
how many more shots are we going to take it down before this video is over?
No, right?
Just digging him in, literally. More on the way, ladies and gentlemen.
There's still 6 picks. We've got loads of time.
By the time we finish this, Dan will have just left the call and it will just be us 3. I think we've bullied him too much.
Dan, well, you've got to wait one more pick because it's myself next, but then you do get to go twice, so you never know. You might be able to pull something amazing out the bag, but I'm looking at mine now. I've got Max Verstappen driving the McLaren. There's been a name that's been floated around a lot, which everyone wants, but hasn't been able to get because of what they picked. And I want to get him before Dan potentially nicks him off me before my next pick. So I am going team principal, and I'm taking Toto Wolff. Serial winner, calm, collected. He's got all the experience now that maybe if he went to McLaren and Red Bull somehow got rid of Max and he went to McLaren, you'd probably want someone like Toto Wolff there to really drive that sort of winner mentality through. So for me, Max Verstappen in a pretty solid McLaren, team principal by Toto Wolff is a pretty killer combo. So I'm going to get him just because I'm worried that Dan's going to grab him. So I am taking Toto Wolff. Locked in. Cool. So Dan, back to you, mate. You've got 2 picks. No one's touched the Hasses, so you've got free reign, mate. Are you going to do it?
No, I'm not going anywhere near that. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm too competitive today. Leave me alone, boys. Leave me alone. Right, serious face on. I'm gutted you've nicked Toto Wolff. That's really put me in a corner.
I
can't. Yeah, I can't take Horner. I can't take Binotto. Not that I would want to anyway. So I think this is a bit of a rogue pick, but for team principle, I'm going to go with Franz Tost.
Yeah.
I think he's part of that Red Bull family already, so that'll link nicely with my team. He's great at bringing up some of these youngsters. I mean, what he's been able to do to turn around Gasly's career this year, Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo. He's the second longest serving team principal, I believe, behind Horner. I think just that 1 year in it. I could be slightly wrong there. Apologies, ladies and gents. But anyway, he's done the business. He knows what he's doing. So it's a slightly out there one. And I'm sure some people will be thinking, oh my goodness, why is he not taking Steiner, for example? But I'm happy with that one as my third pick. I think that's a solid choice.
Yeah, he's been around the block, hasn't he? He knows everyone. He knows the ins and outs of the sport. And I think he would... maybe he could have had a promotion through to that senior Red Bull team if Christian ever had decides he had enough. But I feel like Christian's going to be around forever, personally. But you never know. We'll see.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say about that, Dan, is that the meme value is a little bit low with Franz Tost. I feel like with Gunther Steiner, the internet is just ablaze. The meme value is just not quite up there, but he's an absolute solid pick. That was a good one. I like that.
Yeah, very good point. You got to get them marketing dollars in as well. You want to be trending. You've got these social media tournaments every week. Get
that drive to survive TV time as well.
Exactly. So Dan, you've got so far. In fact, everyone's shaping up quite nicely. I'll wait till we go through the next round before we sum up because it's looking competitive. But Dan, you have got your second double dip of the day and your last pick, and you need a driver. You've got the Red Bull car, Charles Leclerc, Franz Tost. Who is filling that final seat for you?
Oh, see, there's lots of really good names still left on the table. So I'm sure some of you, even though you're picking drivers right at the end, your money's going to be right there. I can't take Bottas with a good conscience. I think there's better options. I think Norris's meme value is great. Hey, maybe even putting Steiner in the car. No one said that was off limits.
I like it. Outside the box. I like it.
I think I'm going to go with George Russell. I think that's... Sorry, boys. You knew it was coming. You don't need to sigh.
I didn't. I didn't know George Russell was coming. I thought he was going to sneak under the radar and I was going to have him.
No, I was going to have him. I was going to have him if it got this far.
Look, he's a sleeper pick. He's in that Williams team. No one wants the car. Team principle is not proven. Latifi, bless him. Well, bless him. We'll leave that at that. He's a star of the future. Alongside Leclerc in a Red Bull, I think that's a winning combo. So I think that rounds out my team lovely.
Yeah, mate. For the exact same reasons, I was also going to take George. I also quite like the combination of keeping him in a pretty... I mean, I know it was a Kiwi founded it, but McLaren having Russell, I thought the British story would be there. It would be good. Which means I don't have too many choices. I can't have a Red Bull driver. I can't have a McLaren driver. I can't have... Well, yeah, I didn't want Bottas anyway. Which means I'm torn. I feel like Checo Perez could be quite a good option, bringing that sort of sponsorship Mexico money with him. The other thing I was thinking, which we didn't talk about before, can I grab Nico Hulkenberg if I want him? He has technically appeared. And now I'm worried I've said it, and if I don't take him, one of you two will, and it'll be like the deciding factor. But I don't think I'm going to. I think what I'm going to do is look into the future. I'm going to get the gang back together. The gang that only spent a very short period of time together. And I'm going to bring Pierre Gasly to drive alongside Max Verstappen. So,
God, how that's just broken down. It's over.
What? I mean, this is just a joke. This is like an absolute joke. I've had enough of this. Right, Zoom call. Where do I'm leaving this? Okay. So it's my turn now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is your turn. Yeah, I can see you wanted Russell and Gasly, mate. I'm so sorry, but I think
do you know
it was
why
the best
I wanted
option.
Gasly and Russell? Do you know why? The exact reason. I don't mind, mate. I'll go with Sergio Perez right now. But guess what? I can't. That's the problem because I'm racing with the two guys I was waiting on. The two guys I was waiting on was Pierre Gasly and George Russell because I can't have Sergio Perez, I can't have Nico Hulkenberg, and those two are drivers I'd put in there. So the two drivers I needed. When you said Sergio Perez, I was like, go for him, so I can have Pierre. And now you've mugged me off, and now I do need a minute because, listen, boys, we're getting a bit thin. We're getting a bit thin on the ground here. Maybe Vettel was actually also going to be in there, but of course he's taken. So, and I can't even have any of the McLaren boys. Oh, I'm going to have a nightmare right now.
You have got Grosjean.
Yeah, exactly.
Grosjean is there.
You're very welcome. I saved him. For
Grosjean's
you,
like that top. You had the Top Gear car. You had on Top Gear. You had that like spare car, which they don't want. Grosjean is that spare car at the moment.
At the end of the day, it's between two drivers, and that is Ocon and Albon, because that's the only guys that I really see fitting into that team now. To be fair, the Racing Point, we know Albon struggles this season and been, with that tricky car, but I feel like that Racing Point is okay. I think he definitely could do some bits in there. I feel like I rate him in the long term a little bit more over Esteban Ocon, even though Esteban's a great driver, especially in the wet. And he's also got a lot of potential. So literally, I've only got either Albon or Ocon because other than that, I'm stuffed. You guys really just, you had to go and do it, didn't you? You just had to go and piss on my parade. So it's going to be Alex Albon. You are coming to the team. You're going to partner Lewis Hamilton in that Racing Point with Andreas Seidel, and that is my team, Alex Albon.
Nice. Yeah. See, this is the danger. This is what I was thinking. When you get later on and you've crossed your team off, you can't have what you want. So it tapers down. And Will, you're in a similar position now, I'd say, but you've maybe got a little bit more flexibility than Aldas did. I don't know.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I'm quite happy here. I've got team principles. So let's kind of go through our options. Obviously, Toto's gone, Seidel's gone, Tost is gone. Who else have we got then? You've got Cyril.
Binotto's still there.
Binotto's there. Binotto would have to stay at the factory, so Binotto's kind of off. Claire Williams is
the Ferrari
Claire
master
Williams is
plan.
at home. She's not coming on. This is tough. This is tough. I tell you what, I'm torn between two. I've got Fred Vasseur, who's a bit of an out there pick, but he's a solid team principal. You know, I'm thinking about what he did with Sauber in 2018, getting Charles Leclerc and Marcus Ericsson up there. Oh, but I can't believe he's still on the table, but I'm going for Christian Horner. He's still there, isn't he? And I mean, whether you like him, whether you hate him, I mean, personally, I've got fond memories of Christian. I wrote him a letter as an 11-year-old, and he gave me this beautiful letter.
Of course
back.
you did.
You know, I know. 11-year-old me was like, please.
I've known him for 20 years.
He wrote me this lovely letter back. He may have messed around Danny Rick since, which has hurt me a lot, but we'll get Christian back in the fold. We'll get Christian in the FP1 family. I mean, also you had Steiner, but given the sponsorship deals that he kind of signed. Do I want to see the Durex Mercedes Formula One team? Probably not. So we've got to go with Christian Horner to round my team off.
Fair play. Okay, well that's it. That's all the picks done. We've each got our lineups. I'll come back to you, Dan. You've now got to pitch your team to the vote. Once this is edited, the vote will go live. There'll be a link to that in the description as soon as it's gone live. But now we're going to get the chance to pitch your team. We'll start with you, Dan. By my calculation, pick 1, you went for the Red Bull car. Pick 2, you followed it up by putting Charles Leclerc in there to be managed by Franz Tost. And then pick 4, which really annoyed Aldas, you threw George Russell into that mix. Why should people vote for you?
This is the team of the future. Yes, you've got an okay team with Will there. I can see that. And Mercedes, Ricciardo, Vettel, Horner. It's fine. But it's a very now team. How long's Vettel going to stay? Are we going to get prime Vettel? Not too sure. Ricciardo, he's doing great this year, but he's only got a couple more years ahead. Leclerc, he's a future world champion. George Russell, future world champion. Put him in a Red Bull. There's going to be some spicy team orders. There's going to be some awesome little work at play behind the scenes. A very Hamilton-Rosberg-esque dynamic I'm hoping for. And what I'm hoping for is a title hunt that goes down to the wire. Something that we've not seen for so long. At Will's team, Ricciardo's going to steam ahead. At Aldas's team, maybe Albon will be able to beat Hamilton. I'm not too sure what you boys think. And Max, as we've seen, has got the lead over Verstappen. But I feel my team is the most balanced, it's the most fun, and it's future-proof. Hopefully that's enough for you. My team's the best.
Oh, mate, very good. That was a nice little slogan at the end. Future-proof, balanced, da-da-da. You should get that on a T-shirt. That was epic. Right, so we'll come down. We'll go reverse order. So down to me. My team, I think to Dan's point, I've got quite a future-proof team here. I've got Max Verstappen, who everyone knows is probably the next best driver on the grid after Lewis Hamilton. He just needs the car. Red Bull have proven they can't deliver it to him yet. McLaren are on an upward trend and have been for a couple of seasons now. To Aldas's point about Andreas Seidel, I think at the minute, the way that McLaren are going, they just need that winner mentality, which will be brought by Toto Wolff. And to support them will be Pierre Gasly, the redemption man. We know what he can do when he's in a comfortable environment. To Dan's point, maybe he'll be a bit off-put by Max Verstappen there, but to me, he's going to be gunning for him. I reckon I'm going to have 2 drivers going head-to-head who want to do anything they can to win. They're going to bring home a chunk of points. That is a steady point-scoring team. And for me, I think that's enough to win me a Constructors in that McLaren and Toto Wolff. I don't know, would that make him the winningest principal, possibly, if he win another one with McLaren? Who knows? But that team is killer, and I reckon I deserve your vote. So, Aldas, on to you, mate. You took what you had to, I guess, when Will took Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton. You put him in his car last year. Very smart. I've got to admit, I was very impressed with that thinking. I wasn't thinking about that. You put him in with Andreas Seidel, and then, I know you didn't want him necessarily, but you backed him up with Alex Albon. Are you happy with your team, and why should people vote for you?
I am actually quite happy with my team, and I don't want to kind of, talk down Alex Albon too much, but at the end of the day, my entire thing can be summarised by 2 words, and that's Lewis Hamilton. The all-time most winningest driver in terms of wins, poles, podiums, 7-time world champion as well. He's in the car that he was in last year. The Racing Point team, they're going up. We're talking about trajectory. Aston Martin, everything in Formula One just seems to be revolving around that team. Even Sebastian Vettel jumped ship and went to that team, and then there's all the Lawrence Stroll things going on as well. So yeah, everything is on the up. Lewis Hamilton knows the car as well. Andreas Seidel, I mean, he's just gonna come in and just create such a nice environment. He's a real, he's a real good leader as well. Previous winner in different motorsports as well. And then Alex Albon, again, he is young. We're talking about the future here, and he's only in his second year. I think a lot of people actually forget that. They're kind of putting him up against people that have been here for like 4 or 5 years. So he's also going to improve. He's going to be a lot more comfortable in that racing point because it's a much easier car to drive. And again, just this team, it just screams winning. It just screams a nice environment. The one thing that we've seen in Formula One is that toxicity ruins everything. Ferrari have proven that on many occasions, and even Red Bull is exactly what we've seen with Red Bull right now. And that team, it's chilled, it's calm, it's got a winning mentality, great car. And yeah, I think I've got a real winner here. Now, for me, no choice. This is the winning combination.
Fair play. He thinks it's the winning combination. Will, what are you saying, mate?
I know.
What are you saying, mate? You had the first pick, you then got that double dip in the middle, and then you got the last pick. So you had to spread and wait, but you seem pretty happy as you were going through. Talk me through your team.
I'm confident. Oh, that's winning combination until Albon gets to Hamilton and Hamilton spins him out again. That's all I'm gonna say. But I've got Mercedes, and let's think back in history. Who are two of the best drivers that have worked with Christian Horner, have worked well with Christian Horner, excluding Max Verstappen? You have Sebastian Vettel, won 4 championships, and you have Daniel Ricciardo, who was incredibly quick.
Hasn't won any championships.
He hasn't won any championships. He hasn't, but he will.
Sorry.
Hopefully. If McLaren can get a good car, please. I beg. But getting that car... Obviously, 2014, the combo maybe didn't work out as well, but those guys work well together. Christian Horner, he knows Vettel, he knows Ricciardo, he knows their strengths, and they're in the fastest car on the grid. At the end of the day, it's a Mercedes. It's going to win anyway. I think we all know that. So I should have just said Mercedes, and that could have been my pitch. I'm good. I've won.
Epic. Awesome. Okay, gents. Well, that wraps up episode 2 of the F1 draft. The link to the poll will be in the description below, as will the link to all these guys' channels. I'm sure you've come here from there, but lads, do you want to have a quick chance? Tell everyone about your own channels. What do they find on there and what can they find? We'll start with you, Dan. We'll go back the other way around. What can they see at F1E Reviews? Top channel.
Cheers, mate. I hate this bit. It always cringes me out. Thank you for the opportunity for doing this, mate. I suppose it's in the title, really. Reviews F1, Reviews FE.
Yeah.
Something a little bit different, Formula E. If you're not always wanting to watch Formula 1, but all of these guys have great channels, so check out everyone's.
Yeah, definitely. And I did actually, just moving to Alda straight away, I tweeted the other day, there's been a lot of 100Ks been hit. I feel like you two are going to be in a race next year, and the way Will's growing, he's coming at you as well. But Aldas, what are people going to find at your channel?
Honestly, when you go to my channel, it's just pure chaos. You'll see controversial opinions galore. The comment section is just a total it's like Fight Night over there, and that's exactly what you get. Because literally every single video I get is just like absolute chaos and carnage in the comment section. But hopefully it's some quality content. Me just absolutely rambling about Formula One, doing some controversial analysis and all of that good jazz as well, and also some collaborations hopefully coming up. And yeah, that's pretty much my channel. I don't even know how to sell myself. Dan, you can sell my channel next time.
And Will, mate, FP1 podcast, absolutely class. You've absolutely blown up this year. What can people find over there?
Thank you. FP1, we have a mantra, and it's how many edgy jokes can I make before I get demonetized. Basically, that's the way. That's the way we're doing it. So yeah, if you like kind of comedy stuff, and if you like me trying to be funny and never really hitting the mark, then go and check it out. That's all I've got to say. That's all I've got to say.
Epic. No, 3 great channels, all links below. Stick around here, drop a sub to see the next episode of the F1 draft. It's going to be another epic one. But gents, thanks so much for your time. Good luck. I hope you lose the vote because I want to win this one because I got absolutely battered in the last one. But thanks for coming on, and I'll see you on the next one.